What is this? Oh, I hate EOT. What's EOT?
Essence of thought.
Oh, they are going after atheists with effing baseless accusations. What's it? Wait, I don't even know.
What is a YouTube channel. It's like there's like woke, and then this is God tier woke.
Ooh, this should be juicy then.
Like, had all sorts of things to say about Stephen Woodford, a scandalo at the
Oh yeah, I remember this.
And recently said that Telltale Atheist was advocating for a genocide of the LGBT community. I don't even know if I can say that. Like, just wild. Just like wild.
Tell us a surprising fact about yourselves. You go first.
Well, that's tough because it's me. It's my life. It's not that surprising. Right? Like, what? How do I know it's surprising to other people? I don't know. I have 14 to 24 tattoos, depending on how you count them.
There you go. That's surprising.
That kind of surprises me sometimes. I actually sat down and counted them. I was like, what? How did I get this many? But like I said, it depends on how you count them.
I mean, my entire
like
life
I have
is surprising.
dots on all of my fingers. Like, I count that as one tattoo, even though it's on like individually on my fingers.
I mean, I have to. Everything about my life is surprising. I have to find. It's hard for me to find something that is not surprising. I have a very interesting life. I mean, I don't know which ones I have told you and which ones I haven't told you. I was arrested once in Iran. Oh, yeah, okay. Here's something I might have not told you. I was a witness for the police in Vancouver twice for 2 different kinds of crimes. Right? Yeah, I'm a snitch.
Ooh, that reminds me of some interesting facts that I have about myself, but I cannot say it.
I remember one time being stopped for speeding by the cops, and they pulled out my record, and they saw that I have a lot of brownie points on my record, and they're like, "I see you have cooperated it with like this and that," and I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Okay, you can go, but don't speed next time." I'm like, "Ooh, wow, I like this." They have like a lot of people, when they get stopped by the cop, they look at their records, and sometimes they could find something like, "Oh, you have a history of like there's negative things on the record." I actually have brownie points on my record. That was pretty good. Okay, that was surprising. Yeah, that's good. I think I gave a good answer.
Here's one. If I if I don't go to court for a speeding ticket that I got, I will have a misdemeanor on my record and an active warrant.
Wait.
So that's why I am going to court. So yeah, I have other juicy things, but I really can't say them live. Dolly is saying, "What's your favorite role model and why?" Well, one of my role models is Armin. He was my role model before we worked together, and then we were friends, and he still is. Hashtag stop simping in the live chat. No. What else? Give me a second. I'll think about it. Armin, what about you?
I am also my role model.
Oh my god. I can't stand you.
No, I mean, I keep trying to think who's the best person for me to use as a role model, and I can't think of.
That Ali Rizvi is your role model, or was your role model?
Was, but now I feel like Yeah, I mean, he's okay.
Oh.
Yeah, he was my role model. But now I can't think like
Demoted?
who would I want to?
What did he do to you to get demoted like this?
My superiority in every way. No, I keep wanting to think like who is the perfect person that everything they do in their life is like is a really good model for me to follow and make sure that I'm.
My role models are perfect. Let me make that clear.
Yeah, but no, the closest thing to perfect when it comes to following, and I'm like, it's me. Yeah, I mean, I'm just being honest. I'm being honest. Like who has all the habits, like managing their habits, managing their future, managing their life in the most, in the closest way to perfect way that I would like to look at and be like, yes, this is a person I want to follow. And yes, myself.
I'm demoting you. I'm demoting you.
Wait, actually, you shouldn't demote me, because one thing that you are trying to get better at is, being proud of yourself, right? So this is what I just did there is a perfect example why I should remain your role model, right? Do you know what I mean? Like, because you are trying to be like more self-confident, right? So if you want to be more self-confident, then I should be your role model, right? There you go.
Okay. Another one of my role models is Oliver Sacks. Dr. Oliver Sacks.
Oliver Sacks.
No, Oliver. Dr. Oliver Sacks.
Oliver
He's a neuropsychologist, but he died a few years ago. So I didn't never get to meet him.
If we're talking about dead people, Mendel is my role model.
Yeah.
And he's Christian. See, people think like we're so dogmatic with our atheism. You
know who's another one of my role models?
One of my role models was a priest. See how open-minded I am. How open-minded I am. That is an atheist activist. I don't use, I'm not so. Man, this is why I am also my own role model, because look at the level of tolerance and open-mindedness. It's just like I impress myself every minute.
How far can you take your own cock down your throat? How far you're fucking sucking yourself? God damn. Oh my god.
Even when I'm talking about my other role models, I impress myself with how good I am at picking role models.
I'm leaving. I can't. I'm like, I need a shower. No. Another one of my role models is Dr. Robert J. Lifton, who is he was a Navy psychiatrist and expert on cult mind control, and Dr. Stephen Hassan, who is a cult survivor and a cult expert. Very intelligent men and very all my heroes are psychologists. So
wait, what is
yes, Murtad is my boy right here. This is the name of one of Oliver Sacks's books, which is called The Man Who Mistook His Wife for a Hat, which is in part about people who have neuropsychological recognition problems. Oh yeah, Murtad, you got to read it. And one of the reasons why I admire him is he takes extremely what if you wrote about it in a strictly neuroscientific way, it would be extremely esoteric to a lot of people. But he makes these things that are very technical about how our brain works more digestible to the average population. He brings the human back into it again. It's less clinical. Which I think is very needed in that field, because a lot of neuroscientists have this tendency to just, and I would know, I used to, work for some, tendency to just talk about brains. It's like there's a person that comes with that brain. Like, we're not just a series of, you know, we're not just our what's it? God damn.
Connectum.
No,
we are just our connectum.
No, that's not the word I'm looking for though. Functional connectivity. So we're not just functional connectivity networks. You know, there's people that arise from those networks, and they're
but we are. Like, what is it? What is it?
No, I guess I know what you mean. Like, literally, we are, but like when you're writing about it, neuroscience tends to be very reductive in the way that it writes these things.
Right. But do you agree that we are nothing other than
yes
our connectum?
Yes.
Right. The way that our neurons are connected, that the mapping of my neurons in my head is me, and that's all that I am. The way that my neurons are connected. There's nothing else. There's nothing more to me.
I know. I completely agree. What I mean is, like, if
I know. I'm not negating what you're saying.
Reading an empirical article about prosopagnosia, you know, it's going to talk about what's going on in your brain, but it's like there's the whole life of the person that's affected.
I'm not negating what you're saying. I'm just using what you said to bring up a new concept.
I know you're not saying that, and I'm clarifying to anyone who maybe didn't understand that.
Okay? Yeah, but I'm trying to shift into this more interesting discussion right now about how that if you could map everything, if you could map everything about what my brain, like what neuron connects to what neuron where, if you could map that mapping, that's me. That, you know, if you have that information, if I die, I haven't died because you have
we have the capacity to even contain that much data, like even all the sources put together on the planet.
But if you could figure out how to map that information and store it somewhere else other than my brain, then even if you have that, even if I die, I'm still alive. It's very interesting because that means that I'm just like a file, like a certain form of information, like certain data. If you could figure out what that data is, then I'm immortal. Like if you have that backed up somewhere outside of my brain. The problem is though, if you map my brain and then store that somewhere outside of my brain, I'm not going to die because you have that information, but now a new person is going to be born every single second because as I go through my day, my connectum is going to change, right? And that previous connectum is technically dead. Like that's why we die every day, right? And the connectum that you have stored is me at that moment in time, right? So maybe 5 years from then, I am a completely different person. And if I die, that new person is dead. What you have stored is what I was 5 years ago. So basically, you know, this, by the way, this is actually a good way of feeling comfortable with death, which I'm not comfortable about. But
oh, really?
We are technically dying all the time. Technically, like me 5 years ago is dead. Like what? No, like me from 5 years ago is dead. This is a new person. So, and also subscribe to our newsletter because if we get removed from all these platforms, at least we could reach out to you. And guys, by the way, if you subscribe to our newsletter, you get a free copy. Where's your copy, Susanna? Get it. We're doing promotion. You get a free. It's not even promotion. It's free. Okay, so if you subscribe to our newsletter, link in the description, you get a free copy of Why There's No God. Come on, like I'm handing it out for free. Okay, it's a bestseller on Amazon, and you get it for free. So subscribe to our newsletter, and you get a free copy of Why There's No God sent to you. Link in the description.